This is MJ from Outpost Pottery, and today I want to show you how I throw with the tile spinner and with profile rib. So what I got here is the new black tile spinner we came out with. This one's made of marine board, and I'm using Restore Bright White 6-inch square tiles that I got from Home Depot in it. So first step is I'm going to throw down my clay. This clay was unwedged, so I'm going to cone it up a few times just to get it good and consistent, to get all those clay particles in proper alignment. When you wedge clay, it does the same thing and it gets the air bubbles out. This clay was straight out of the bag, so there wasn't many air bubbles, but I'm going to go ahead and cone it a few times. Next, I'm going to center it down, and I'll kind of dig my pinky in to get a little tuft of clay at the bottom. Next, I dig in with my thumb to create that hole that's going to be the opening of the mug, and I'll push out, and I'll kind of trace the base of that form of the base to get it good and flat with my finger. And then I'll come in with the wood rib to get it extra compressed down there. And I like to do this little thing with my finger, the little swirl that is just kind of fun. Next, I'm going to collar it in, and I'm going to start my first pull. So I'll put a little tuft of clay at the bottom there, and I'll start pulling some of that clay up from the wheel head, trying to get as much vertical height as I can. I'll do it again, dig in there, create a little dip of clay, and then just pull that little tuft of clay up to as high as you can get it. Compress the lip at the end of each pass. Make sure you get all the water out of the base of your cup there. That water will weaken the base, the walls, and may lead to cracks later on. Now I like to measure to see if I got enough height with the profile ribs. Now I didn't have enough, so I'm going to do one more pass. Create that little tuft of clay, pull on up that cylindrical form, and don't forget to compress the lip. Looks like I did forget to compress the lip on that last one. Okay, got enough vertical height. Now the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of taper that form in so that I have space to push from the inside out against the profile rib. I want to make sure that profile rib isn't touching when I first introduce it to the form. So now I'm jabbing it in at the bottom there, getting that base real well defined, and I'm just moving my finger up all the way up the profile rib. Now getting towards the top, pushing out in that against the profile rib, and it just conforms perfectly to that profile rib. Now I chose this example because I threw it a little bit too high here. In this instance, you can either fold the top over onto itself, or I like to get a needle tool like this, get the lip really wet, and kind of put my fingers on either side and just kind of dig in with that needle tool until it goes all the way through. And then it will just lift off ever so easily here, right like that. Now you're going to want to clean up that lip because nobody wants to drink out of a jaggedy old coffee mug. So with your fingers, with the sponge, with the chamois, get that lip nice and smooth. And that's all you do. Clean up your base, grab your pry tool, and I pry it on out of that tile spinner there. And I set it on my wear boards. I can fit usually 6 of these on one wear board. And then I'll do another one. I'll put another tile down, and that's all there is to it.